Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to some career mode goodness. I really feel as though I want to get like some sort of announcer, like the wrestling announcer, how the microphone drops from the ceiling and goes like, welcome ladies and gentlemen, and all that good shenanigans. I really want that. But yeah, I doubt that'll ever happen. So until then, you're gonna have to deal with me and my voice in the intro. So my first game I had was against Utrecht, and last time we beat them was, I think it was 3-0 or something like that. So it was a game that I really felt as though I could win, and I believe the last game I played them was in the league. I believe this is a cup game as well, but a really nice goal to kick it off with from Ibarbo there. He kind of volleys it in the back of the net, some sexy ball rolls from your man Fisher, and does a great job to pick out Ibarbo, and Ibarbo buries that home to make it 2-0. This combination up front is just turning really nice. Seriously, guys, I don't know what it is, but attacking wise, I'm really start to feel as though the team's coming together nicely. I'm starting to feel as though the passes are going my way, and more than anything, I feel as though the team is just a lot more fluent. I know it might sound a little weird, and you guys might not understand what I'm trying to say, but like when I first took over this team, it felt as though everything was really slow paced, and just in general, just really quite sluggish. I think the word sluggish. Now everything seems a little bit more ping pong. Everything just seems to work a lot better, and yeah, it's pretty much as if I had applied lube to this team, because it all just works so much better. So yeah, anyways, what'd you call it? Ibarbo breaks free, and there's nothing else that I'm gonna do besides tramp that motherfucker as that goes in. And Babel there, who's actually worked out really well as a striking partner for Ibarbo. I definitely notice a huge difference when I play him. Another recommendation that was actually given to me, I think it was on my Facebook page actually. Someone mentioned, yo Cal, you should actually try out using Fisher as a striker, because I know you've tried out playing wingers as strikers, and it seems to work out well. And he said he had tried out Fisher as a striker, and said it worked out really well. So that's something I might have to keep in mind. But some good little passing play here. Babel streaks down the right hand side, cuts it back in, and just the space, there's just too much space. And De Jong there, I was actually playing De Jong ahead of Eriksson, I think, especially in the early parts of the game. I think that was the substitution I'd made. Yeah, it was. So I played De Jong in his natural center attacking midfield position, and it actually worked out pretty well. And that's another win in the bag. There's no doubt about it. When I was playing during this little session that you guys are watching now, I was actually playing a really nice football. I really enjoyed it. The team was just, everything was clicking. So that's always awesome. And now I had a game against Anderlecht. The last time we played them was 1-1. And they're the sort of team in the group that I really do want to beat, because if there's any chance of me making it through to the knockout stages this time around, I'm going to have to beat this team. I do have Bayern Munich in the group as well, and we saw what happened to them last time. The big black sausage came out, and they gave me an absolute dicking of 4-0, I think it was, maybe 4-1, something like that. But regardless, I got the sausage, and I kind of expect that, and I don't expect to receive anything less than the big black sausage. So I'm gonna definitely have to pick up points elsewhere in the group. And one of those places, for me, has got to be Anderlecht. That's no disrespect to them, but I just definitely feel as though they're the side that I want to pick up points on. And Ibarbo there turns the defender nicely and actually picks up a nice near-post goal. Ibarbo's actually really strong at that, just turning the defenders. If he's got his back to them, and because of his good dribbling, it just allows him to turn the defenders. And a lot of the teams that I'm playing at the moment, the defense isn't that good, so they can't step in and rob me of it. So at the moment, Ibarbo is doing well as far as being able to turn the defense. But when I play the likes of Bayern Munich, who have got a solid defense, that's where it just really doesn't work out so well, and that's why I can't seem to score too much against Bayern Munich and things. It's just because Ibarbo really struggles to sort of find himself some space. That's really what it is. When I was playing Bayern, one of the biggest things for me was I couldn't break through their defense. It was just, they were too good. But Salpindingus there, aka the best name in the world. I'm sorry, but that is just such a great name. I just think it's so funny. Salpindingus. So Ding Ding there, unfortunately injured, and that meant that I might have a little bit of a chance in here, see what I could do. And I was actually really interested to see Ibarbo actually had the most league assists, and I was like, should my striker really have the most assists? I wasn't entirely sure. Anyways, it was against FC20, and I was a little bit, I don't want to say skeptical, but is it right that a striker should have the most assists? I always felt as though, you know, the center attacking mid should be the one with the most assists. Eriksen should be up there. But if I do look at the top 3 assists in the league, it's actually all my players. You know, the top 3 are all Ajax players. I believe it's Ibarbo, Babel, and then Eriksen, which I'm kind of confused by. Like, for me, it would make sense for Eriksen, considering he's the playmaker, the center attacking midfielder, to have the assist. But it's clear, you know, from what you guys can see, you know, when I have Ibarbo and Babel as my 2 most assisted players in the league, it's clear that what happens at the top is just a lot of 1-2 passing, and that way, that's how they're both getting each other assists, and they're both getting each other goals. And it looks great on paper, and I'm sure, you know, it probably affects the bids of certain clubs to the team. You know, they see these sort of stats, they're probably like, damn, I need to, you know, put in a good bid for him. I mean, look how many assists he has, look how many goals he has as well. And that's all just down to the 1-2 passing, so it'd be interesting to see. But as you can see, Ibarbo there, 79 rated. He is climbing his way up that overall ladder, and he makes a beautiful little cut inside there, and a great finish on his left foot to make it 1-0. And that was just a fine piece of our Ibarbo goodness. And we weren't willing to stop there. I actually have a game that I don't think it'll be in this episode, but it'll be in the episodes coming. And the damage I do to this one team, like, it's my biggest win on career mode to date. And I can't wait to show it to you guys, but unfortunately it isn't in this episode. But anyways, guys, I don't know about you, but I don't want to say a tradition, but I always have this one thing that I do off kickoff, and I always tend to run straight, roulette the first guy, and just see how far I can go. A lot of times it'll involve some fake shots, and in honesty, it's worked for me a surprisingly large amount of times, a lot more than I would have thought anyways. But there, Babel again, Babel turns the defender and uses his change of pace to rocket past him and buries that into the near post. And that's what Ibarbo and Babel do, is because they've got great change of pace, it allows them to turn to the defender, and once they've turned him, because of their great change of pace, allows them just to bullet past them. And I was actually speaking to someone who works at EA. He doesn't necessarily work on the game, he's more on the marketing side of things, and he'd played a lot of career mode, and he said, you know, the best players in career mode for him were the players that were fast and strong. And he said, you know, I sometimes like playing with those players, but it gets a little bit repetitive for him, you know, so he likes to swap it up. He likes to use different sort of play style of players, because he said there's no doubt about it, the fastest and the strongest players in this game are the most dominant, I guess. So, like, for example, it kind of explained why Muriel worked so well for me, you know. He wasn't necessarily the tallest player, but my playstyle doesn't accommodate someone who's tall, you know. I don't cross it in a lot. But Muriel was just, he was really, like, he wasn't tall, like I said, but he was really bulky and strong, and he was also really quick, and that really sums up career mode, you know. If you can find a player like that, he is just gonna wreck face, and that's why I've got my eyes set on the man Emenike. I'm watching him. You know, he is on the inquiry list. But until then, guys, I hope you all have a cracking day, and I'll see you all in a bizzle. Yeah, goodbye, guys. I'll see you in a bit. I hope you guys like the video, and yeah, like I said, goodbye. Peace. Bye.